Since the independence, the Irish citizen life was a bit fuzzy. Yes, they were happier back then, but the living situation wasn't that good, especially after the wars, which had a huge negative impact not only on the Republic of Ireland itself, but on the whole world in total. There was a high unemployment rate, along with high inflation rate. Not to forget about the long conflict between the Republic and Northern Ireland, which affected both negatively. However, this didn't last. In the mid-90s, the Irish were facing something that will change their lives upside down. This was the beginning of the Celtic Tiger era. In the mid-1990s, the Irish economy made a sharp increase that shifted the economy to a new level that the Republic has never witnessed before. This dramatic increase, which may also be referred to as the Celtic Tiger phase, had an obvious reflect on the Irish community from every possible angle that you can imagine. It shook the Irish community upside down. In that time, the foreign direct investment rate was high. Tax rates decreased to almost half of what it was in the 80s, and the unemployment rate went down to only 4%. The average Irish household then had a luxurious life, a lot of money, first-class traveling, fancy restaurants, fancy cars. Many people then had more than 2 personal cars. This lifestyle didn't last for long, and after the government ignored the economists' warnings, it finally happened in 2008. The boom. After the infamous collapse in 2008, Ireland turned from being one of the wealthiest countries in the world to become one of the most countries in debt. Ireland's national debt went up to 1,093%, which equals about 400 billion euros, and most of this debt goes to Germany. Government is now trying to pay the debt back by any possible way, but researchers expect that the Irish community will suffer from this debt for generations. The recession had a dramatic influence on the Irish citizen lifestyle, which affected him and her from every possible way. Suicide rate has increased along with the usage of antidepressants among adults. In 2009, more than 552 people have committed suicide. Another effect of the economic crisis is the increase of usage of illegal drugs. Studies by the European Drug Report shows that more than 1/4 of the general population aged 15 to 65 have smoked marijuana. However, after the crisis, the number of deaths caused by illegal drugs increased from about 60 deaths per million in 2004 to become 78 deaths per million in 2010, which puts Ireland in third place after Estonia and Norway regarding deaths caused by overdosing drugs per million. Also, after the collapse, a new phenomenon was introduced to the Irish community, and that was called ghost estates. Ghost estates are empty properties with few unlucky people living in them with no modern life facilities, no grocery stores nearby or restaurants. These houses are the result of indebted developers that built properties during the boom and couldn't finish them because of the shortage of money. The value of these houses dropped down to 20% of its original price. In addition, many started to use one of the cheapest and healthiest way for transportation, which is cycling. In 2012, the sales of bicycles have outnumbered the sales of new vehicles. 91,732 new motorcars have been sold, while more than 95,000 bikes were sold. Also, many Irish citizens considered immigrating for work opportunities. By 2011, more than 300,000 people have left Ireland to countries such as Australia, the UK, and Canada. Since the beginning of the recession in 2008, an average of 207 people were leaving every day, 9 every hour and 1 every 7 minutes. However, the Irish government is still looking for a way to pay back their debts and trying new different strategies such as applying water taxes on the Irish water, which has never happened in history, raising the immigration Garda cards prices for foreigners, and continuously raising the prices of public transportation. Unfortunately, the banks and the government are not the ones who are suffering from this debt. The Irish citizen is the one who is taking the blame.